I love that. I love that. Do you love that? I love that. Oh my God. I was like, hey, y'all, shut up. What's up, y'all? It's your girl Abarachi, and I'm here to give my thoughts on the latest episode of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Y'all, Salt Lake City is done. This was the season finale, so yeah. But Salt Lake City, I'll have to admit, after last season, I didn't really know what to expect with Salt Lake City. I was just like, because like, let's be honest, the last, 3 seasons was a flop. But I still watched it. It was a flop. Last season, it was something because, you know, the controversy. Oh, let me adjust my camera. The controversy around Monica. So it like, you know, it gave us something to look forward to every week. And then when I found out that Monica was fired, I was like, oh my God, what are we going to do this season? But they brought it this season. I mean, I'm disappointed in Bronwyn because I thought Bronwyn was going to be that girl. I thought Bronwyn was going to come in and start stunting and all of them be like, look, you're this, you're that. Look. But Bronwyn is like, now she's backpedaling. So, but whatever. Let's get into the episode. All right. So the episode starts off. Meredith is at the breakfast table and she has a first sleep mask over her eye. I mean, I'm thinking, oh, she's tired, but she's talking to Heather. She tells Heather that she has a scratched cornea. I was like, oh Lord. I thought she was about to say that she has a black eye. I was about to say this is not about to be a repeat of Heather, but she just has a scratched cornea. She apologizes to Heather because Heather says, you've never yelled at me like that before. Why were you yelling at me? So she apologized to Heather. I mean, we could all tell that Meredith was a little intoxicated. Well, let me just say allegedly. Don't come for me. We can tell that Meredith wasn't like, she had a little too much to drink the night before. So she apologized to Heather. Her and Heather get over it. The ladies are getting ready to go out to lunch and they all decide to pay a tribute to Lisa in honor of her planning a great trip. So they decide to wear all brunette wigs. So they go to lunch and when the waiter, she's like, I have a reservation for 8 Lisas. Did anybody notice like the waiter, the individual at the entrance of the, what am I trying to say? The individual at the entrance didn't even like crack a smile. They just looked like, huh? Like those people were just like, the fuck? So they all sit down. The waiter comes over and is like taking their order. And somebody orders something and then they're like, I like that, like all imitating Lisa. Can you imagine like all 8 of them saying, I like that. I felt bad for that waiter. I was like, he's probably like, what the fuck is this? Like, I'm just here to get a paycheck. Y'all stop with this BS. So they order their food. So now they're all starting to like, you know, make impersonations of Lisa. Of course, everybody does theirs. And then it gets to Whitney. Yo, I really think Whitney has a hard on for Lisa because I don't understand it. Like, it's like every scene Whitney is in, she's talking about Lisa. Lisa has been her storyline this season. And I'm just like, Whitney, damn. And the thing about it is Lisa doesn't even come for her like that. I mean, except for early in the episode when Lisa went up to Justin to tell Justin that your husband is a liar. That was the only part I didn't like. But other than that, Lisa has paid Whitney dust. But every time Whitney is on screen, it's always Lisa this, Lisa that, Lisa does this. So she's doing her impersonation of Lisa. So she's like walking away to like walk back to the table. And then Lisa says, wait, you have a tag on your outfit. She says, yeah, I know, I'm gonna return it later. I said, So she starts accusing Lisa that the word on the street is Lisa buys clothes after she wears them, she returns them. Lisa's like, no, I don't do that. I've never done that. That is so tacky. And then Whitney starts going in and then her and Lisa start going back and forth. And then Lisa's like, your gut is wrong. Your gut is leaking. Take a probiotic. I say, huh? She told this lady to take a probiotic. I was like, okay, Lisa, you ate with that one. The ladies are cursing. The F word is flying out of their mouth. We see a guest covering his daughter's ear. I say, Lord Jesus, not covering your daughter's ear. And then, so what is it called? Brittany decides to intervene. Brittany's like, well, I've known Lisa, and Lisa doesn't really strike me as that kind of person. So Mary's like, Brittany, you shouldn't even be talking. Like, don't think that we forgot that you were recording us yesterday. So Brittany tries to turn it around and says, well, Mary, you were recording. So apparently Mary was recording during the bus ride, and trying to like basically say that the ladies like have all recorded. So Heather comes out. Heather's like, none of us have ever secretly recorded each other. So Brittany, what are you talking about? And then Brittany decides to call Meredith out, and saying that, oh, because Meredith says that you are, what is it called? What word did Meredith? I think Meredith says that you are vicious or something like that. And Brittany's like, Brittany says, tells Meredith that the way Meredith spoke to her during that, when everybody was coming at her for recording, that it was foul, that she's never been treated like that before, that she probably won't be able to recover. Meredith said, well, I meant every word I said. So Brittany was trying to get Meredith to apologize, and Meredith still 10 toes down, like, I meant everything I said. Like, you're not going to get no apology from me. I was like, yo, I really hope that they don't get rid of Brittany. I like Brittany. I like Brittany for entertainment purposes. She brings the comedy to the show. And so Brittany decides to, get up at the table and walk away. And now she's crying. I'm like, okay, Brittany and these white women tears, because, oh my God. That's the thing. I like Brittany, but Brittany is too soft for this show. She needs to get she needs to get a backbone. Two, she needs to learn how to read. You gotta be quick on your feet. Somebody say something to you, go take a class with Angie, because Angie read Brown one down. Go take a class from Angie, okay? Or even Mary. Because Mary Mary will read you without even knowing that she read you. Like, Brittany, come on now. So Brittany starts crying. She goes to she goes to another side of the restaurant, and Angie gets up and Lisa gets up, and they both walk over to where Brittany's crying to console her. And Mary, this is where, when I was watching this scene, at this point, I was like, Mary, what the hell? But then, towards the end of the episode, my heart softened for Mary. So Mary had an issue with Angie getting up to go and console Brittany, because Mary says, oh, I've told Angie that Brittany doesn't like me, so why is Angie going to console Brittany? And then she was telling later on in the episode, because the ladies split up, half went to learn how to make ceviche, and the other half went horseback riding. So Mary's telling Lisa, Meredith, and I believe Bronwyn that she doesn't F with Angie anymore, that she's done with Angie, because like basically Brittany's the ops. So why is Angie going up to like console Brittany? And at first I was like, Mary, why are you controlling who Angie can and cannot talk to? Because case in point, you're still like, you were talking to Meredith. Angie and Meredith are like not really on good terms. Even like when Meredith insinuated that stuff about Angie's husband Sean, I don't think Angie ever made you feel like you needed to choose between her and Meredith. But I mean, some of you might say, oh, well, Brittany is new, and Angie, Meredith, and Mary, they've all been in the group for a while. But still, like, no, we're all adults. You cannot dictate for a whole grown woman who she can and cannot be friends with. As long as that person is being loyal to you, when someone is talking about you behind your back, she stands up to you, and you're not hearing that she's out there spreading your business, you should be okay. Why are you over there trying to dictate for Angie who she can and cannot be friends with? I didn't like that. I was like, Mary, that's a little foul. So no, I ain't really like that. So now fast forward, I'm just this dinner scene. This is literally where the majority of the episode happens. So fast forward to the dinner scene. The ladies get their dinner, and I think Angie was eating pizza. So Angie decides to, she asked Mary, oh, Mary, do you want a piece of my pepperoni? And Mary didn't say anything to Angie. So Angie's like, wait, like, Mary, why are you not talking to me? Like, what's going on? And Mary decides to say, like, you know what you did, like the typical Mary, you know what you did. Angie's like, no, I don't know what I did. And Angie says, Mary, give me your hand. And then Mary's like, no, I'm not playing that game with you. Oh my, when Mary said that, I was like, I don't even know, I don't give a F in me came out. I would have been like, Mary, don't talk to me. Because I didn't like the way Mary was talking to Angie. And but you can tell Angie is very soft hearted. You can tell Angie's a softie. So Angie started crying a little bit because she got sad with the way Mary was being short with her. So Mary's basically said, well, you're talking to Brittany. You know that Brittany doesn't like me, so why are you talking to the ops? Angie's like, I didn't know that that was going to hurt you. Like, I'm so sorry. She apologized to Mary. And then her and Mary start holding hand. And then we find out from Mary that Mary has abandonment issues. So she has abandonment issues. So she tries to, like, not get hurt. So at this first sign of betrayal, or what she feels as betrayal, she'll just cut that person off just so that she doesn't get hurt. So we find out that her dad left her at a very young age, because she said her dad didn't like her. So the dad left her, and the mom cut her off. So because of that, her abandonment issues is heightened. So Angie started saying that, oh, Mary, you made me a better person ever since I met you. And then Angie started crying. When Angie started crying, I started crying. I cried. Tears started rolling down my eyes, and I was just like, oh my God, they truly have a sisterhood. I was like, and then in the confessionals, Mary starts telling us like how like she really found a sisterhood in Angie, that she has realized that sometimes family is not family, but friends can be family, and that's what she found in Angie. And then she started telling us how she loves Angie, and anytime she gets off the phone with Angie, she doesn't want to say I love you first. So she loves Angie, so they make up again, and I was just like, my heart. But I was in the beginning, I was ready to read Mary down, because I was like, hell no, you're not about to tell me who I can and cannot be friends with. I don't even think Angie was trying to be friends with Brittany. I think Mary was just being kind, because she sees someone that's kind of feeling ostracized, someone that feels like, oh, everybody's coming at her. I mean, they're coming at her for good reason, because what she did was foul. And I know some people are saying, oh, well, you guys are being recorded by production. That's different. Being recorded by production, everybody signed paperwork to be recorded by production. You guys can, if there's a scene that you don't want to be aired, you can go to production and say, hey, can we like not air this? But with Brittany's recording this argument, there could be some things that might be said out of anger, that Brittany might now take it to a blogger and now expose everybody. And at that point, they have no control of what's being shown. So being recorded by production and being secretly recorded by a castmate is totally two different things. And I don't know why some people didn't get that. It just went over some people's heads. So now, Angie and Mary make up. Heather decides to, everybody was just sat there so quietly and just like, watched as these two sisters, like, I'm actually glad that this happened, so that we can see like how the both of them truly love each other. And I'm praying, I really hope that they maintain this friendship, and like they don't let anything or anyone come between them. And if there's something that's brewing, that they both talk about it, because I truly believe that Mary and Angie truly love each other, and they're there for each other. And also Angie brought up the fact that she also has abandonment issues, because if we remember, her mom passed away when Angie was very young. So she also has abandonment issues. So they kind of like bonded over that. So Heather asked, does anyone else have something they want to like, get off their chest? So Meredith decides to, bring up the whole prism jewelry, Alibaba of it all. So she says that the blogger that Whitney said gave her proof that it was Lisa that was spreading rumors about her jewelry being from Alibaba. That blogger contacted Meredith and told Meredith that he never gave Brittany any proof that it was Lisa, and that it was Whitney that contacted him and told him to go and find her proof, but he never gave her any proof. So Whitney says, well, based on the little information that he told me, I pieced it together and came to the conclusion that it was Lisa. So there is no proof. So Whitney and Meredith are going back and forth. And now Whitney starts accusing Meredith of talking to bloggers. Y'all keep hold on to that thought, because it's going to tie in. It's going to tie in a few minutes. she's like accusing Meredith of talking to Reality Von Teese, that Reality Von Teese has told her, oh, Meredith like leaks this, Meredith leaks that. So Heather's like, wait, who is telling you all of this? So Brittany reveals that she's been talking to Monica. Y'all remember Monica from last season, Reality Von Teese? So we found out that Brittany's been in communication with Reality Von Teese, Monica, and Monica has been telling her that, look, Meredith talks to bloggers. Meredith tries to get dirt on y'all, basically. So Heather gets on her soapbox, starts giving us a whole monologue about how, oh, you went to the sworn enemy. Why are you still talking to her after everything? Now she's talking about Monica, after everything she did to tear this group apart. And then start saying like, oh, we can't keep talking to bloggers. We can't keep letting people from the internet like come between us, which I do agree. I feel like these housewives, they've become, they're too conscious of themselves now, because I feel like they watch a lot of like these big YouTube channels that do reviews. I feel like these housewives watch their reviews, so they become too conscious. Any little thing now, they want to go to like the bloggers. And I kind of miss the days back in the days of Real Housewives when all of this was minuscule. Like we're worrying about all this. So Heather is telling them like, okay, like we can't keep letting bloggers, people from the internet come between us. So Heather comes up with an idea. Her idea, she says, every mean thing that you have said, go through your phone, and every mean thing that you have said about somebody on this table, I want you to give it to that person, pull it up on your phone and give it to that person to read it out loud. Angie was me. Angie said, check please. I was Angie. I said, in my mind, I said, okay, this cannot be good. This cannot be good. So the ladies are like, so everybody pulls up their text message. So and Mary decides to go first. And Mary's was about Heather. I don't think Mary's message was me, because the thing about it, what Mary said in that text message, she had said it to Heather's face. She basically told Heather, like, you've changed. You lost weight. You got a little fame. Now you're not the same Heather that I used to know. We've all said that. We've all said that this season Heather has become a mean girl. Like, we've all said that. So it's good to see that, okay, Mary is clocking the same tea that we're clocking, because it's true. Heather truly has changed. Heather from like season 1 to 3. Remember how Heather used to be running behind Jen Shaw? Remember how Heather used to be like, oh, trying to be like buddy. I mean, she's still trying to be buddies with Lisa. But Heather was, I don't know. I liked Heather in the first 3 episodes. Not because she was running behind these ladies, but because she wasn't given like mean girl attitude. But this season, she was given mean girl attitude. So it's like, because she's the one that clocked Monica, exposed Monica. So she feels like, oh, Salt Lake City is me. I'm that girl. I'm the girl for Salt Lake City. So like, let me show my ass a little bit. That's what Heather was doing. So that's what Mary said. Mary said, I don't know this Heather anymore. Heather has changed. She lost weight. She had fame. Now she's not the same. And, Heather read it and she wants to be all emotional. She wants to say this is who she is, that she's authentic, that she's being true to herself, blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, Heather. The next one, I'm not going to say it. I don't remember who went in order, but I'm just going to talk about like the ones that, the text messages that stuck out to me. Brittany goes next, and Brittany's message was about Mary. Brittany says in her message, I would rather go to tea with Bronwyn than go to tea with Mary. Mary's like, when Mary read that message, Mary was like, okay, like, Mary's like, I didn't even know we were supposed to go to tea. Mary's like, okay, go to tea with Bronwyn. Like, I don't care. So Brittany really thought like, Mary's like, this is the worst thing you said about me. I was just like, okay. Brittany, I feel like Brittany didn't even understand the point of the game. Brittany, I was like, Brittany, that was a wah, wah, wah. So the next one we get is Bronwyn to Brittany. Now this was so ironic, because Brittany is there basically saying that she prefers Bronwyn over Mary. But then when Bronwyn reads her messages, her mean text is about Brittany, and she like literally went in on Brittany. I was like, Brittany, this is the person you wanted to go to tea with? Like, really, Brittany? Basically, Bronwyn, and I can't remember everything that Bronwyn wrote in that text message, but she basically said that Brittany needs basically stop trauma bonding with people, focus on your daughters, stop focusing on men, and get your life together. I mean, Bronwyn, you also trauma bonded with Brittany because last episode you were talking about how you were being looked down upon after, when you had your child. I don't want to get back into that, but Bronwyn, you also trauma bonded with Brittany, so don't even try to just call her out on that. So, Brittany got a little defensive when she read Bronwyn's text message, and Bronwyn was just like, Bronwyn basically said she doesn't like Brittany. That's basically what it was. I was like, well, she wants to go to tea with you, so you're gonna make that tea date because the hell. So the next one we get is Angie. Angie, Angela, not Angela. Yo, today's what? Today's Sunday. Salt Lake City came on. I watched Salt Lake City on Thursday. I am still gagging over what Angie said about Bronwyn. Angie said Bronwyn is nice, but she has a good business plan. Marry a guy with one foot in the grave and one foot on a banana peel. Bronwyn is nice, but she doesn't listen because her ears are stitched to her neck and she wears a hot dog suit to remind us that she sucked her way to the top. Yo, I was clutching my I don't have pearls, but I was clutching my necklace when I said, what the I had to rewind. I was like, wait, what? I was like, even Angie was even embarrassed. Angie was like, oh my God. Angie was, and then, because like when Bronwyn read like the first line, she started like crying. Then Angie was like, oh my God, she's crying. In my mind, I was like, damn, there's more? When Bronwyn finished reading that text, I said, damn, Angie, tell me how you really feel. Yo, Angie really knows how to take it to a next level. Brittany, go to Angie. Let Angie teach you how to read. Because you need to, if you're going to stay on this cast, you need to learn how to read. You can't keep crying and running away. Because no, that shit ain't gonna fly no more. So, but hey, Bronwyn took it like a champ. She took it like a champ. We get to the next one. It's Brittany. Brittany is reading Heather's text. Basically told and Heather basically, this is the time when they had that fight in Arizona. That was like that fight that basically like broke up their friendship. They haven't been back together, or they haven't been the way they used to since that fight. She basically called Brittany a lowlife, saying that her Whitney Rose products don't sell, and she doesn't even know why she still has it in her store when it doesn't sell. And of course, Brittany wanted to cry. Brittany started crying, and then Angie was like, "Well, she doesn't mean it." And then Whitney was like, "Yes, she does." And Heather explained, like, during that fight, it made her regret being friends with Brittany because she said that Brittany called her lie. That was the time where Brittany said she would, now I keep calling her Brittany. Whitney said she was discovering herself. She was trying to live in her truth. So she was just like calling anything and everybody out. So that was also the season where she's like, you exploited my vagina. I was just like, Brittany, what the hell? That was that season. Whitney was doing too much that season. So the next one now is, side note, did y'all notice that we didn't get to hear Meredith's text? So Lisa Lisa's own was a text about Meredith. She's basically saying that Meredith digs up dirt on people and that Meredith can be trusted. Angie was like, that's the worst thing he said about Meredith. And we all know that's not the worst thing Lisa said about Meredith, because Lisa literally had a hot mic, 2 seasons ago, where she called Meredith everything but a child of God. So you saying that Meredith likes to dig up dirt on people from bloggers, that's nothing compared to what you said. And remember when I said earlier, when Meredith and Whitney were going on at it, and Whitney accused Meredith of talking to bloggers. That's why I said that, because Lisa said in her text messages that Meredith likes to talk to bloggers. So I was like, okay, so you guys know, like, you guys already know, like, Meredith's tea. But I'm like, Lisa, that is not the worst thing you've ever said about Meredith. The worst thing you said about Meredith is you had a hot mic moment and you told us exactly how you felt about your dear friend. But hey, go off if that's what you want to think. The next one, now this was the one that ended the episode. It was a text message from Whitney about Lisa. So apparently Justin and Lisa, I don't know where they were, and they were trying to like have a threesome or something. And one of the ladies that they met was basically insinuating that she's had threesome with Lisa and her husband, whereas she was making out with Lisa and jerking off Lisa's husband. So that's what Brittany had in the text. So as Lisa's reading it, Lisa's like, what the F is this? And then throws throws Whitney's phone. And Whitney's like, and then Whitney is just like trying to say, I don't believe it. Like, I don't mean it. And then Lisa gets upset. And then the ladies are trying to tell Lisa, oh, we're supposed to wipe the slate clean. And in my mind, I'm like, wipe the slate clean. Like, okay. This has gone from talking about just Lisa. And remember earlier I said Whitney has a hard on for Lisa, and I don't know why. This has gone from just talking about Lisa or Lisa's character. Now you're bringing in her husband. And that's the part I didn't like. Why? Like, why? Whitney, like, and the thing about it, Whitney knows what she's doing, because now that she's put that out there, there is no reason that you should have put that out. I don't even know why you decided to pull up that text message, because now you put that out there. Now there's going to be thoughts in people's minds. So Whitney knew exactly what she was doing. And then Angie gets up. Angie's like, Lisa, calm down. She doesn't mean it. We're supposed to wipe the slate clean. And then Lisa's like, you guys are telling me to calm down, but she's talking about my husband. How would you guys feel if she was talking about you guys' husband? And Lisa makes a comment, like basically trying to put Angie in her shoes. She makes a comment about Sean. I'm just saying, I don't know, something about Sean twirling in circles or something like that. And then Angie gets upset. Angie takes a rose and throws it at Lisa. And Lisa's like, I'm not saying that about your husband. I'm just saying, like, imagine she said something about your own husband. You will be upset too. Now Angie starts getting crunk. Now Angie, I'm gonna need you to tone it down, because you know damn well you're not about that life. You might be Greek, but you're not about that life. That's the thing about Angie. Angie knows how to turn up the theatrics. And Angie, I'm gonna need you to be able to use, like, you know how to argue, you know how to throw shots, you know how to throw darts. But stop getting up, acting like you're about to fight, because we know you're not about to fight. But then you see production come back trying to hold Angie back, and Lisa's like, I'm not saying anything negative about your husband. I'm just saying, imagine she says something negative about your husband. Now see how you're acting. And then Bronwyn comes in and says, well, everybody read their text message, and those that were affected, some of them didn't get upset. That just means that they can take criticism. That means that, I was just like, Bronwyn, shut all the way up. I am with Lisa, because saying something about Lisa, that's different. But now you're saying something about Lisa and Lisa's husband. Now you keep coming for Lisa's marriage. And that's the thing, Whitney, why do you keep coming for Lisa's marriage? This is not the first time you come for Lisa's marriage. Like, what is the hard on that you have for Lisa? But y'all, that's Salt Lake City, y'all. And the next episode is going to be the reunion. So I'm looking forward to the reunion, y'all. All the backtracking, all the backpedaling Bronwyn is about to do. Okay. Yo, I really thought Bronwyn was going to be that girl, but she ain't. So what can we do? Nothing. Bye, y'all. You guys tell me what you guys thought about the episode, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace. Oh, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you like this video. Bye.